It's the Authentic Human Being Show, brought to you by the prophet of the airwaves, John Gregory Presco. Hey, howdy, partners. Well, it's high noon. Do you know where your muse is? Boy, did I wake up from a hell of a old man nap. One hell of a dream that I have. I was back in Oakland, and I think it was up there on Piedmont Avenue or Shattuck Avenue, surrounded by Oaklanders, and then I'm in Berkeley. How the hell did I get in Berkeley? Yeah. So looking for a room. I got here and I'm going up this old crickety steps and people all up and down the steps talking, and uh, 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 they're congregating in hallways, or this is against the rules. Wait a minute, this is Berkeley, this ain't Springville. So I'm back at the Uni Hotel where I started the Gideon computer. Never finished it because I wasn't supposed to finish it, see? That was my dream, see? But I'll get to it, see? So I come into this room. It's a funky room, but someone's left some nice furniture there. There's a cabinet there and some nice dressers, wood dressers and stuff, and a couple big windows. Went out looking this courtyard with a tree in it. And then I had to go somewhere, and I went shopping, and I ended up with, I don't know, some potatoes. Then, potato guy gave me 75% off. And I says, well, that's a great deal, but, and then he said, no, you need these potatoes. I had a walker with some food on it. He says, I'm giving you a deal, but you look like a poor man. He said, you don't understand. I got a plane to catch. I can't carry on a bag of, half a bag of potatoes, some red mesh. I had something like 30 pounds of potatoes. I've had dreams like this. My dreams have been interfered by the witches from El Lardo, So, oh no, you got to, take these potatoes. You can't return them because I gave you such a good deal on them. So I said, okay, it looks like I'm not going to be flying back to Oregon, I guess, I can't take a big bag of potatoes. So I go hurrying back, all these people in the streets, and won't get out of my way. I said, where do all these people come from? Concord, and I go, wow, see, I just realized that this looks like the coronavirus is over. And I go up the stairs again, the crickety stairs, and I'm talking. I see the landlady, and she's some woman I had met earlier, and she's talking to these two people, students, about getting the room, my room, and there's somebody moving out, and somehow I knew that person. But anyway, she says, okay, it's official, I don't live anymore. And then these two says, I'll take the room. I said, excuse me, I was here a half hour ago, and I told you I would take the room. And she says, that's right. So let's sign the contract. And she was an eccentric. Somehow we ended up on the roof of the University Hotel in Berkeley, and she's telling me these stories and all the things that interested her and why she chose me, because I seemed like a really interesting human being to talk to. Something going on in my large head, cranium up here. So I never did this in a dream. I signed my name on the contract, but it was all fucked up. And she goes, "Are you sure you're the guy that I want to live in my room?" I says, "Yeah, that's me." And she's, "Do you got any document, with your signature on it? Did you sign a document?" And I started looking through my office notebooks. I brought my portable pads. I was looking through all this addresses and shit. No, I can't find a contract in here. So okay, then I'll have to do. But you already signed your name. Well, do you want me to sign it again? No, no, no. They don't nullify the document here. I said, "You're right. Signed it twice, and it's null and void." So I said, "Damn, I got a place to live. I got, back in Berkeley with real human beings all around me, and a real university where people really learn something. It just isn't this play toy land, that was paid for by, well, hell, what's his name? The guy with Nike, Mr. Nike." And this is a big change in my life. This thing's going good. I just showed the world, the Holy Grail that I found years ago before my daughter came into my life and fucked me up, but good. And I guess there's a lot of fathers could say that about their teenage daughters, how they just really come in there and just tear it all up, destroy it. Signatures don't mean anything. Fathers don't mean a damn. It's only the mother goddess, the Wiccan mother goddess. That's the one that she follows. You can't make up my life. You just can't. So I realized when I became conscious, just shit, I'm not in Berkeley. Damn, I'm not in that beautiful studio room, this hotel, and all these interesting people all around me. And I never had so many people just kind of check in, Oh, see, that's the new guy that's moving in. Oh, he looks interesting. He kind of looks like Santa Claus or Uncle Santa Claus, or he looks like the Dragon Master, the Holy Grail. Yeah, that's me. Hi. So I woke up and I started, thinking about my contact with Jake Freeberg last night. And I said, after I post my Grail revelations that I'm giving to Andrew Getty, the grandson of Elizabeth Rosamond Taylor, and his great-grandfather, J. Paul Getty Jr., was married to Tab. No, is that the guy? Well, one of them returned to England to live, and he became the owner of an amazing library. And so I'm going to tie my Rose Grail revelations to that library, because I'm donating my Grail story to the Getty Foundation for the arts, because I want the arts to be enhanced by my Grail revelations that I published on Royal Rosamond Press, a newspaper for the arts. And I never charged a dime for this paper, never realized a dime for my sister's art. But now, because I'm an integral human being, I own the Holy Grail. I discovered that there were two Camelots. And the one I've been looking at in Switzerland, the Rougemont, the St. George, Order of St. George of Rougemont, appears, I believe, as the original Camelot where the original Arthurian legend was written, and then it came to England with one of the knights that murdered Thomas Becket. I can't beat this. See, there's enough. See, to go around for a lot of people. So I'm hoping that I can get a grant from the Getty Foundation to continue my studies. Hopefully, they'll purchase my Grail newspaper, because I called that in the beginning, and archive it, and have me continue my studies. Even possibly teach at the Getty Museum down in Los Angeles, where I would have to go live. See, I offered all this to the Buck Foundation and Alcohol Justice, but they didn't want it. A big mistake. But they didn't have any art, and they could have had art in the world if they had treated me fair in probate of my late sister, the world famous artist Christine Beint. I am sitting pretty, people. They say sitting the catbird seat is beyond that. Because I finally realized why I wasn't finishing the Gideon computer. My friend Nancy Hammer, in 1986, when I visited her at the Creamery, suggested, after we had an hour conversation, we went to lunch, she said, well, why don't you write a history book of the hippies? She says, because you remember so much. You've got a good memory, which I do. And I said, yeah. Huh. The history of the hippies, huh? So 3 months later, I got a gun in the back of my head. The guy's trying to shoot me in the back of the head. The gun won't fire. Dance on the table, the bar. Native American in a wheelchair gives me a hit of acid. I take it, wake up in the morning, right, and looking at the suicide note I wrote. And it was long. And I realized I got in touch with my pains. The core reason why I wanted to leave the planet, see. So I started the Gideon computer about 3 days later, about the last hippie beatnik bohemian of the future, who turns out to be me. I did an illustration of this guy, Berkeley Bill Beauregard, and he's sent to prison where he has to break out with other inmates that he never sees or communicating on computers in this very large prison. And I realized, and I was that Jake Freeberg was a fellow prisoner. And he's the one that ended up compiling the history of a lot of hippies and Babs and Kit Kesey and everybody else. He, when I first met him about 7 years ago, I said, you and I are on the same trail, the same trip. And he had this radio show on Facebook. I was just reading his history he sent me last night. I don't think I ever listened to it. I didn't understand that it was on Facebook, or did I? So anyway, I was, 6 years ago, he wanted me on the radio show, and at the same time talking with Christine Wandell, who lives in the Village in New York, and Peter Shapiro, the ex-lead guitar of the Loading Zone, who lives in Morgantown, West Virginia. And the four of us would get on the show and have a conversation. So that didn't happen because Christine flipped out and became a rabid racist supporter of Donald Trump. which was shocking. I mean, she was Bill Graham's good friend, and she'd be at the Fillmore. She was backstage with come on, Janis Joplin and other groups and stuff. And all of a sudden, she's all for Donald Trump, and she's spouting all this racist shit. And I call it Peter. I says I can't handle her. I'm going to cut her off, Peter. Pete, my man, I can't, And he didn't want to hear that because they had been lovers since 1964 when he played with the Marbles at the University of California at Berkeley. He played at frat parties as the Marbles, and then this other group, Benny and the Jackoffs or something. It was kind of like a Animal House thing. So I get this message from Jake. See, we've been working hard, see, to get this message from Jake. He says, Greg, if peeps are looking to get you some presents this holiday season, please hit them to the succulent 3-pack. I think you will highly enjoy these. Love and Respect. And these are these books that he's written. See, The Bus to Neverland, musical takes from original Merry Pranksters. The Cats, Volume 1, on the Bandstand. So I really haven't looked at them. I can get this for $59.93, which I will do if we get this $1,200 stimulus check that they're arguing about right now. So Thursday at 9:13 p.m. My people are few and poor, and I'm talking with an old friend about getting funding for a radio show. You come up. We'll keep you in mind. What does it take to get on your show? Did you take payola? I invented the title Cyber Beatniks. In 1997, we were down in the basement of the University of Oregon printing out massive info for free, surrounded by beautiful co-eds with porcelain baby faces. We are a 2-person think tank studying mass media. We talk on the phone for an hour and blow each other's minds without drugs. When I woke up from my old man now, it's about 15 to 12, I realized, my God, I'm in the last, this is the getting computer come true. Talking about Berkeley Beauregard starts the Authentic Human Being show. And he looks like Buffalo Bill Cody. He has all these authentic human beings. Well, I'm trying to get Jake and Casey to be on our show that we get funded, which would be the Authentic Human Being show come true. And I didn't get this, see, I just woke up right now from my old man nap. There's a Rip Van Winkle thing in this. There's a connection to Washington Irving, John Astor. It's just incredible. If you enjoy my content, then support my show. That's what Jake says. So I was tired last night. And all of a sudden, when I finished communicating, I went to this funk because my mind didn't get it to half an hour ago, almost an hour now. So, what happened here? Here's me replying. I got that. I will buy your canned book as soon as we get that government money. We know why your info is not selling. The young hate history. We are like safecrackers trying to crack into the kids. That fits right in the story, The Get It Computer, which I got on YouTube tapes. We call ourselves the new Grimm brothers. Meg Whitman failed with Quibi. Study this. All right. Thursday, 9:45 p.m. We'll interview you on your radio, and I will plug you in my blog. Do you have a bio I can read? And Jake sends me his bio, which I forgot that he had. I knew all this 6 years ago. And I just, okay. And he sends it to me, and I say, thanks. Wow. I mean, Christine Waddell was another person that put me in jail, like Facebook jail, when she basically blew up this oldest hippie group in history. That the Marbles and the Loading Zone played with a Big Brother and holding company on College Avenue at the Bay Area Arts Federation or something, Beef. And that might be the earliest incantation of the hippie movement. And that was turned into an acid test at Longshoremen's Hall, not but a month later or weeks later. They had this noise machine that Ken Babbs, and it's history that will now be discussed on the radio show that I'm going to try to get going on Facebook. I'm going to go study that and see how Jake set his radio show up. I thought he was saying Zuckerberg helped him do this. But he just might be dropping another name because he's got all the names. Got all the names in the world for whatever reason. When he started having people on a show, musicians, and hippies, and all that, beatniks, they all wanted to be on it because they didn't want to be left out. I mean, he hit the mother lode. And, you haven't been on the Jake Freeberg show? Well, you ain't nobody. See, you're not somebody. You got to get on a show. And I think I got in an argument about that. I don't want to be on your show. That means I'm not the real deal, In fact, I haven't been, I haven't come into my own. I'm a futurian. Everything that's going to come my way in the future. See. Anyway, they arrested that woman that was getting the pervert, all them underage girls and stuff, and she's being arrested for really being a predator of young women. And she's kind of good looking. She used to be a model, and this brings in Rena. It's all here. So anyway, I'm ready to go. This is an exciting day. I'll be talking to my therapist in an hour. I think I'm going to go take a shower. In an hour, I got to talk with my therapist, so I'm going to take a shower. See, it's poetry. All right. This is the voice of the Authentic Human Being Show, coming to you live from Spring, Tucky, Oregon. You take care out there, yeah?